afternoon. Welcome to another episode of Valley Spotlight on location with our friends. Huh, Lauren?
So many good friends, and it's good to see them all. Michael, I don't think we've seen them in, gosh,
let's introduce
like
them
7 months.
from right to left, because that's how we do it. Armin's on the right, Otavio, Sadat, Sadar, and they've all come together to put together this business, the Living Room Tavern here in Howland.
And I honestly have never been inside of this location before. I think I sat outside once many, many years ago. But guys, it feels like you're part of your family. Like it has this wonderful environment. And congratulations to all of you, because this is a huge joint effort, right, Armin?
Yes, it is. In fact, I'm very lucky to have partners like this, and it's been a wonderful experience.
The old living room was in Niles, right?
Yes.
Yeah, back in the day.
It was in Warren.
Oh, in Warren? On 422?
On 422.
Yeah.
Yes. In fact, it started out, I think, in the 70s.
Yeah.
And it just grew into being such a wonderful restaurant. In fact, Sadar's restaurant on 422 was real close.
Uh-huh.
So.
All right, whose harebrained idea was this? You two? You guys? I mean, not too many times do restaurants come together to make a restaurant, do they? So tell me the thought process.
I want a Station Square, sit down for 22 restaurant, and he said, you know what, we want to make a restaurant different, unique, fun, something missing in the area. That's why we come up with this concept, and I think people like it.
Yeah.
It's nice.
Was it tough for you to get on board?
No, actually,
It was easy.
That was the easy one.
Yeah?
Yeah. So when we all talk about Armin, Otavio, and Sadat, we just talk about for a couple of minutes,
Yeah.
and here we are today.
And decided to go with it. Now, here's the interesting part. You have a great menu at your place. You have a great menu at your place. You want the best for your places. How did you come up with the menu for this place?
Well, I think we all work together very well. With Sadat being in the kitchen and we experience the food, we want to do something different. That's why that's why we have all these beautiful items that we put on the menu, and we tried, and now this is the menu that we have.
Yeah, so now talk about some of the things that are in front of us here, starting with that giant piece
This
of
is
meat.
a beautiful, beautiful
One
thing
of
right
our
here.
good item is the boneless ribeye. Actually, we serve the ribeye. We also have prime rib too. It's a certified Angus. It's one of the top quality meat served here at a reasonable price. We've been serving almost 1 month, and everybody love it. And we also have, as you show, the antipasta medley.
Look how close they put me to the cheese. That was a big
Right?
mistake,
It
you
was
guys,
really
because
hard
that's
not to
tough.
do this at the
It
very
looks so
beginning,
nice.
right?
It's all right.
And I have to say, the presentation, we're here because of our partners, with Steel Light International and John Miles, and you guys have really, it's almost everything that you look at, everything that you touch.
Every one of them.
That is part of it.
Yes.
And we're very
Yes.
proud of, the best quality. All the glass, we got the logo.
Yeah,
The company.
it's all etched in there and everything.
Company. All the plate. That, they're all great.
And the cutting board and the whole
presentation.
thing, huh?
And some of the different, things that they're using to make it look like wood, to make it look like pottery. I have to say, it's cool to see how many different restaurants use it and how different it can look in each place. Like, I have to say, it's really neat.
All right.
Yes, a lot of the dishware too is not breakable, so that actually we don't have a lot of turnover with a lot of.
Let's try right
I was gonna say,
He's tried before.
You don't even try it once.
don't put him up for it.
All right. Well, thanks for letting us hang out here today.
Happy hour specials, I really have to admit, you have to make sure that you check those out.
Yeah.
But Michael, you want to know what was a happy hour for us?
Yeah, go ahead and talk about this story. It's really
Say,
interesting, I
Just
think.
a few days ago, we had the opportunity to spend some time with our friends from the Community Food Warehouse. It was a big day for two reasons, and these two ladies, you've seen them before, but never quite like this. To say this day was full of emotion is an understatement. To say it was full of achievement and teamwork would be another understatement. For Lori Weston and her sister Mimi Prada of the Community Food Warehouse in Mercer County, this day was one they have looked forward to for years, decades if we're being specific, and there were enough emotions to fill this bus. Big day for you both, huh?
Yeah,
Unbelievable.
the launch of the meal bus, but then it's an end of an era with her and I. 15 years.
15 years together, and Lori, for you.
As sisters, we've never had a bad word between us in 15 years. She was there when I needed her. I'm there when she needed me. It was just the perfect combination, as you can see what's happened.
15 years of working side by side to make sure food gets to the people that need it the most, and 4 years of working side by side to make this meal bus a reality.
I'm in absolute awe, but the credit goes to Mimi. Mimi went full force on this to get funding for it. We went through, she went through so many disappointments and trying to get things done, and this and that didn't work, and she just kept pushing through until here it is. I am just amazed with this woman here.
And the amazement goes both ways for these sisters. After more than 35 years of serving this community, this was Lori's last day before retiring. And it was the first day this team could use the meal bus for good in places they could never reach before.
Well, we've never had a summer meal program, and in rural areas it's a logistic nightmare. You know, you have some schools that do some summer program, but if kids don't go to the schools, so taking this bus to areas of where low-income folks are that need the help, and this isn't just a meal bus, but there's an awning on the outside that goes out, so you know you can do all kind of programming. This is the opportunity to involve other social service organizations and make it a one-stop shop for people is absolutely, I mean, the potential's off the charts. So it's besides just feeding people, we're going to be able to offer other services that other people that want to come to a meal stop can offer.
And now Lori will hand over the keys to Becky Page. She will become the new executive director for the Community Food Warehouse of Mercer County, and it comes with quite a team.
The wheels on the bus go round and round, yes, and it will. Becky has the same passion. Yeah. She has it in her heart. She is a kindred spirit.
She's a kindred spirit.
Yeah.
I
feel very
Our
confident.
staff, I mean, we could sit here and talk, but our staff is the best. The best. Mm-hmm. We have an incredible 7 people counting up.
And when COVID-19 hit the world, this team took the pandemic in stride. It made changing direction quickly, together, to be better together for the people who depend on them.
You know, it brought us, here's what it did for me. At first it was very confusing and not sure what to do. Things changed hour by hour for us. We didn't know how we were going to react, but we sat down as a team and we said, how can we make this happen? And everybody, when you listen to the people that you work with and you all respect each other, you can take everything that they say and know where it's coming from. It's coming from their heart. And we knew that we needed to reach out to these people in a major way. Mm-hmm. And they just put everything, every bit of their heart and soul into it.
We went from our offices to the warehouse, back to our offices, overtime hours. I mean, people just worked. We just did what we had to do at a given moment. And kudos to the staff.
Absolutely.
I love you from the bottom of my heart. I'm so proud of you guys. This is a big deal. We're going to let everybody get in because I'm wasting our time.
Thank you so much. We love you. We know we do.
And it was a remarkable day out there, like we said at the beginning of the story, Mike, the emotion.
I was kind of surprised at that too. Usually when you go to like a retirement, everybody's happy, but it was just all those years of working their tails off and then finally realizing their goal, that they were just overcome with that.
And I have to say,
I was too.
We were, and we have worked very closely with all of them, even Becky too, you know, from Second Harvest, to see them all come together, some of our favorite people in the whole world. It was hard not to get a little, you know, just shaken by the fact that change is inevitable.
Yeah, congratulations.
Yeah,
I just think it's wonderful what they do for that community.
And the meal bus too. Mm-hmm. Byron, the meal bus guy?
Myron the ape.
I knew he'd get there.
Yeah.
I knew he'd get there.
Anyways. All right, on the other side.
I was saying lots of family stuff going on, all right, over at Bistro 1907 by Mark Canzanetta. La Familia Canzanetta. If you like Italian food from Mark, please don't move a muscle because we will be right back with so much, right, Michael?
That's right.
Salt Me is a company that produces products that are made out of Himalayan sea salt. I have a love affair with Himalayan sea salt. And as an ear, nose, and throat doctor, the most important thing for me is that the products are going to be effective and that they're going to be safe for patients. So I make products that help sinus conditions, and I make products that are going to be good for the skin and good for the body. And all of them are made of Himalayan sea salt.
With With Julia's autism, loud sounds can be too much.
But she still loves to make music.
Yeah.
Play band.
Early screening for autism can make a lifetime of difference. Find out more at screenforautism.org.
Bistro 1907 by Mark Canzanetta. My goodness, Mark, it's nice to see you.
Good to see you too, Lauren.
We haven't done a new segment in quite a while.
I know, with everything going on, we wanted to maintain some safety and everything like that.
Absolutely.
But it's time to start coming out of our shells, I think.
Yes, it is, and you guys have done a wonderful job with the restaurant, with some of the dividers, and making sure that the hand sanitizer stations are there. So I do have to say that first and
The
foremost.
QR codes with the menus, which when you go to bigger cities, they don't even serve menus, so you just scan your phone onto the QR code. For all those that don't know, it's a little weird looking code that used to be on the back of the cans. Replace the look on the back of the cans, and you can get your menu.
Super easy and very simple, and I am so excited to be able to share this with people on your behalf, because some of the things that you're going to be seeing on the features menu right now are actually going to be on the permanent menu.
Yes. Coming out in a couple of weeks.
For the rest of the year, right?
For the rest of the year through next season, and we'll see how long. They'll probably be there. Once you put something on, it's hard to take something off.
Especially this stuff.
And it's the great thing about having a bistro. You can experiment and try all different kinds of cuisines. And this Italian food to me goes back deep rooted in my family traditions all along our sides of the family. So there's a lot of history, a lot of things we're going to be doing that's associated with history.
Yeah, we're going to be doing some cooking in a few minutes, but I want to go through a couple of the things that are on the menu, and the names that are attached to some of these dishes are really special to you.
Well, it's my Grandma Rosano's meatballs, so they're known as meatballs. So, Grandma Rosano, she had a different take on meatballs. She never spoke, all 4'6" of her, never spoke a word of English the whole time she was in the United States.
Really?
Never once.
So as she was making these, you were just hearing her talk to herself in Italian?
She was showing me what went into it, the ground veal, the ground pork, and the ground beef. And then she would take the golden raisins and soak them, sometimes in a little bit of brandy or sometimes just hot water to go in there. And she would grate either the Parmesan or the Romano, and then she would take the bread that had went stale and she ground that into breadcrumbs, or she softened it up with water to make the meatballs out of, and then she would go outside to the chicken coop and get the eggs to bind it all together.
My goodness, has anything changed from her recipe till now?
No, not really. Nothing's changed. I mean, of course, the tomatoes have changed because she would have picked these out of her garden and made the pomodoro, or what she would say sugo, which is sauce. She would make that, and I like serving it with a little bit of arugula. I like the crispness and the bright flavor of the arugula, the pepperiness, and it's got a little bit of lemon vinaigrette to it, so it cuts through all the richness of the meatballs. And then we put Fontina cheese on it, and I really love Fontina, so it really goes really well with the meatballs and everything like that. So it's sweet, salty, savory, all those kind of flavor profiles. Really works out well, doesn't it?
Oh yes, it works out.
So that's the Rosano part of this.
Okay.
That's the Rosanos, my mom's side of the family.
And then this is Dad's side of the family.
Well, this is my father and now my brother. My father, God bless him, he left us 4 years ago. But my brother has taken on the tradition and he's going way forward with it. And so these are Papa Canzanetta's peppers that my dad championed, as long as I can remember. I'm 54, so Dad would have been making these since I was probably 6 years old. So like 45, 50 years he's been making these.
I'm a little bit familiar with these. And you know that if they're in front of me, I have to eat them.
Right.
Like, that.
And we're serving that with our focaccia, which is just light and airy, and it's got rosemary and Sicilian sea salt, and it has some golden raisins in it as well. So again, you're getting all those flavor combinations. And this goes back to my grandma's on both sides. My great-grandmother's on both sides. So, but the peppers are purely my dad, and now my brother Jeffrey's done a great job of taking those on.
I've eaten a lot of peppers, and I'm not just saying this because I'm friends with you guys. They're the best peppers I've ever had in my life.
Thank you.
And my ex-husband's are really good too, but he even said, darn good. Like, I'm telling you, but since I moved to Youngstown,
I do have to admit that. All right, let's move on over here.
So the salad is inspired, my father did a lot of different things before he settled into the insurance business, and he did a lot of them, from cutting hair to working insurance to all kinds of different things, and he would always pass on Route 422, my godfather, my Uncle Pete Cicero's Italian import store, which was on the lower end of 422 going into downtown. So he would stop every day and he would pick up Genoa or Capicola or Mortadella, Stinky Provolone, whatever he would pick up. And at the end of the week on Sunday, because we always had pasta on Sundays, whether it was at my grandfather Fred's or at our house, Dad would go into the ice box, we called it. He would pull out all the scraps, and then he would turn it into a salad with a very, very great, bold red wine vinaigrette.
So a red wine vinaigrette, and then just
red wine, roasted garlic, extra virgin olive oil. But this could have anything in it. It can change daily. It's it's the leftover salad. And you pulled it all together on Sundays. And it's just tradition. We had it almost every Sunday growing up.
So good, so bright.
Yes,
So tasty.
and the lettuce, that hybrid of romaine and iceberg, it's called Cleveland Crisp, and we get that from one of our growers up in Cleveland, and it just has that definite crunchy feeling.
I've heard it's been hard to get this year.
A lot of things have been hard to get. The supply chain's been very difficult during these times. Grocery stores have never been busier.
Right.
And the supply chain, it's going to break down once in a while during these kind of things.
I love salami. I can't help it. All right, coming up next in the kitchen, we are going to be going through a couple of these recipes that are just so vibrant.
My godfather, we made his sausage, Cicero's sausage, and we're going to incorporate that with some cavatellis. So that really, really works out well.
We will be right back. Don't move a muscle.
Hi, I'm Barbara Corcoran. I'm constantly asked by news sources how to best navigate today's real estate market. I call the brightest agents in the business to get their input. Hi, Kelly. What's going on in the Mahoney Valley area?
Hi, Barbara. The market in the Mahoning Valley has remained strong.
I'm so happy to hear that.
Sellers are enjoying the safety of the Guaranteed Sold program, and buyers and sellers love the 3D tour and the free moving truck.
Get the best advice from my friend Kelly Warren. Go to kellysoldit.com. Be safe and smart.
Well, Ducut not only sells the product, but we service them. We have parts and service support for every machine that you buy at Ducut. You are purchasing a machine, it's eventually going to break or need work, and we are here to do that. You don't get that from an online sale or a mass merchant. They just don't have the ability to have the parts and the service. We send our mechanics to school every year. We have 2 Briggs & Stratton master service technicians. There are not many in the country, probably less than 5,000 in the country, and we have 2 at Ducut. And we also have gold certified steel mechanics and numerous certifications in parts and service for every brand that we carry.
So let yourself go to Ducut. Let yourself go to Ducut.
Well, as promised, we made our way into the Bistro 1907 kitchen.
Pans are all nice and hot and ready.
Oh my goodness.
You want to have a hot pan. You want to have a nice heavy bottom pan when you're sautéing. You want to stay away from those, 15 pans for $29.99 sets on TV. You don't want anything to do with that. So we're going to start with one of the pasta dishes, and this goes back because this is my godfather, my Uncle Pete Cicero's sausage, fennel, chili flakes, a little bit of sugar, pork, garlic, and you want to put that in the pan. And whenever you're cooking sausage, you want to let that sausage get a little bit of what we call bark or color, because you want the sugars to caramelize. We're going to start with our greens, and that's going to start with our greens, our escarole greens, extra virgin olive oil, of course. And you just want to take the greens and you want to blanch them in boiling salted water. I'm going to add a pinch of salt, pinch of black pepper. I like a little bit of chili flakes in my greens. Okay, and then again, this is going to go on top of the sausage for the sausage and greens.
So easy, so fast.
Yeah, so fast. Well, we only have a couple minutes.
Right,
so
that's true.
We're also going to make roasted garlic broccolini for our chicken roasted Sunday chicken. So we have the garlic broccoli. We have the broccolini already cooked off. We're going to put that in the pan. Again, salt, pepper, roasted garlic. Very, very simple, very easy to execute. And we're going to put that in there. And we're just going to toss this And you just want to warm this through. And you have all those beautiful cloves of roasted garlic in there. And we'll come back here to our pasta. Our greens. And those are just going to simmer down now and get happy. We're going to go to our pasta now. And that also has the sausage, my Godfather sausage. Again, some extra virgin olive oil. We want to get some color on it. I'm going to add these Roman borlotti beans. They're cranberry beans in America. They are cooked in nothing but vegetable stock and a little bit of celery and onion, and they taste like they're cooked with meat. They're so unbelievable. A little bit of overnight tomatoes. Again, the salt, the pepper, and the chili flakes. And you just want to toss that together. Wow. Yeah, very, very, very simple. This is stuff, this is all depression food, Lauren. So this goes back to everybody that didn't have a lot to cook with, they didn't have a lot of ingredients, and they used to go back to depression. I'm going to add those cavatellis, and those are homemade cavatelli from Paul Manilio, and we're going to toss that. And one thing you always want to have when you're cooking pasta, you want to have a little bit of that pasta cooking water because it brings everything together.
That is one of the things that you have.
That is one of the biggest steps you always want to have. Now we're going to add a little bit of pecorino, which I like, Locatello Romano. I like the Locatel because it's got a strong flavor. It's made from sheep's milk. And we're just going to toss that. This garlic rapini is done. Just got it nice and happy. And then our greens are done. We're going to come back, we're going to plate, and we're going to show you everything. We're going to also show you my grandma's lasagna and our Sunday roasted chicken.
Pristine Dental is accepting patients of all ages. We understand your needs during this difficult time. We'll be following public health mandates by offering one-on-one provider-to-patient care. Appointment times will be extended in order to sanitize before and after each session. And there's no need to wait inside our office. One of our staff members will welcome you into our building for your appointment as you wait safely in your vehicle. Protective gowns and eyewear will be provided. Your health and safety is our priority. Call and book your appointment at Pristine Dental today.
And she would always say, honey, you snore so loud, I can't believe how loud you snore. And I'm like, what?
And he claims I quit breathing. I've tried 4 different masks to make it work, and I just can't do it. And I'll be honest with you, I did not know what REM sleep felt like before the appliance. I really did not. I never had that deep of a sleep before.
Bistro 1907 by Mark Canzonetta is now La Familia Canzonetta in certain aspects.
In certain aspects, we're involving some of it in the menu because it's my heritage. It's my family, the Canzonettas. We've been in this country since the late 1800s. The Rosano family on my mom's side, the Cicero family on my dad's side. So this is a little bit of all the culture and heritage that I had growing up on any Sunday.
I just called him a lucky son of a gun.
Well, Sundays were, Grandpa always had people over, and every Sunday you would have everybody over, and Grandma would be cooking the pasta, and the kids would be running around the backyard and picking cherries off the cherry tree, or apples off the apple tree, or off the fig tree, depending on what grandparent we were at. And we would all be blessed to have all this amazing immigrant Italian food, that we grew up with. I didn't know anything else.
This chicken, I've never seen a chicken look like that.
Well, chicken's got a lot of love. So everybody had a Sunday chicken growing up. I think everybody had a Sunday chicken.
Yes, we did.
We always did, whether it was, they'd be running around the yard one minute at Grandma's house, and then the next minute they'd be on the dinner table, either a chicken or a rabbit, just depend on what we were having that day. So we always had a roasted chicken. This is cherry wood smoked, and it's stuffed with this beautiful focaccia, but then we put black mission figs in with it, and we
just had one.
And then the salsa verde, the olio santo has, baby peppers and roasted garlic cloves and parsley and basil and garlic and red wine vinegar. Then you have the garlic rapini. You know, and we always had Cavatels growing up. These Cavatels are actually made by Paul Manilio of flour, and we buy them through one of our local companies, which is, they're just stupendous. You know, and then you have the lasagna over there. The killer lasagna.
40 layers of
40
this
layers.
lasagna.
You know, sometimes it's 44. I lose track. Sometimes it might be 48. I don't know. I lose track counting sometimes. I go until it feels like it's high enough.
You do realize that the team in front of you begged you to put this on the
I know
menu.
they did, and I'm glad they did. My wife as well. Melissa's like, why are you escaping your Italian roots at Bistro?
No more of that.
And
No
so we're not
more
going to
of
do that. You know, we're still going to serve all the great food that we've always had. Oh, chocolate cannoli cones. That's, you know, that's my Amanda Sue. You know, Matt, my pastry. I'm lucky to have two of the best pastry chefs in town,
you are.
Matt and Amanda. And the chocolate cannoli cones, you know, cannolis growing up from Cicero's, always a thing. We wanted to make them whimsical, so like a kid can pick it up and it looks like an ice cream
Well,
cone.
Sabina ate them the last time we
I know
were here,
she did.
and she didn't even share them with us. Me and Fred, we didn't get a single bite.
Well, I think we have enough for everybody once we come off camera to eat like Sunday feast.
It is nice to see you back. We encourage everybody to come out here to downtown.
Yes, come to
Youngstown.
downtown. Downtown
It's
is the same
safe
great
and
downtown
wonderful.
we had before.
And we need you. We really do. So, Mark, thank you for being so
Thank my
gifted
grandparents. Thank
and-
my godfather.
Right, and blessed in
You know,
so
without
many ways.
them, this food would not be here.
All right, check out the website, bistro1907.com, and always right here on Valley Spotlight. Thank you, Mark.
Thank you, Lauren. Cheers.
Yeah.
Yeah, go ahead. That was amazing. I even had a little bit.
I was going to say, you got to be there for at least the end of it,
I sampled
right?
a lot of it. Yeah, it was good.
And those meatballs, even with the
All of it.
raisins.
All of it. Yeah, even with the raisins. My
Even
grandma
with the
used to do the raisins,
raisins.
and I never liked it. And now Mark makes it better.
Now he's an adult.
Yeah, I know.
Learning
Things have
about
changed.
adult things with Kelly Warren, and when it comes to real estate vernacular, she has it all covered. Even this one learned something.
I did. You'll see that story after this commercial break. Live today, we're in the Living Room Tavern in Howland. Welcome.
No hot water? Call A to Z Dependable Services. Our fully stocked rapid response water heater specialist will get you back in hot water in no time. A to Z is the only call you need to make.
Hey there, welcome to another edition of Home Advantage. Look at this beautiful new kitchen here in Howland. This property in a really nice neighborhood, and it butts up against Howland Township Park. So that's one you want to check on the website. With me, Kelly Warren. I felt like Mr. Rogers there when I came in. I should have put on my sweater to start our segment. Nice place, huh?
Thank you.
Yeah, and this is all brand new, it seems.
Yes.
All this granite countertops and
Yeah,
things like that.
recently remodeled and renovated and ready for sale.
This home's been on the market for a little while. We had a deal and then it fell through. So I wanted to talk about that a little bit with you today.
Sure.
What's that called when that happens?
So it wasn't active on the market the whole time because it was on the market for a little while. We got an accepted offer, and then unfortunately the offer fell through.
Okay.
So we had a fall through.
Why does that happen? There are probably many different reasons that happens, right?
Yeah, it can happen for a number of reasons. Sometimes the home inspection goes bad and the buyers back out because of that. Sometimes the buyers run into a financing issue and so then they can't close on the house.
Mm-hmm.
And sometimes they just get cold feet. You know, in a market like this where they move so quick that they don't have time to think about it, they got to just hurry up and make an offer.
Right.
Then sometimes after they're in the contract for a couple of days and they get to thinking about it, or maybe they bring a father-in-law by to take a look at it and then he tells them all the things they should have done.
Right. Well, that happens too. Here comes the sound of reason there.
Yeah.
And I would think that happens a lot. Like you're going to an open house or whatever, and people are you know that an offer is going to be done, so you want to move and you want to move
Right.
quickly, right? Does that happen?
It does. In this market, things are moving very quickly, so buyers need to be prepared to move quickly. And every once in a while, that leads to a fall through.
However, that could be an advantage for someone that didn't get their offer in on time and now they have a shot, right?
Yes.
So how does that work?
So if you saw the house before and you didn't get a chance to bid on it, or if you saw it and it was already pending and you thought, oh no, now I don't get to buy it,
Yeah.
those buyers can all come back around and take a look now because it's back to being available. And we'll find another buyer quickly because we're just in that good of a market.
How would I find out? Like, how would I know that one was sold is no longer sold and stuff? Does somebody alert me of it? Do I call my realtor, or how does that work?
Yep, if you're working with a real estate agent, they should know what you're looking for and they should be able to let you know right away, either with an automated system where you just get an email saying this house is back on the market, or with the phone call or text saying, hey, you're looking in this price point in this area and this home just came back up on the market.
Yeah, that's good advice. Okay, if you want to know about this home or some of the other properties Kelly and her gang are selling currently, how do they get a hold of you guys and how do they see all the pictures on the website?
They can find us online at kellysoldit.com or give us a call or a text 330-717-2689.
That is Kelly Warren with another edition of Home Advantage. How about that kitchen?
Wow.
Thanks for putting that in,
Holy
the addition on that
moly,
house.
I
That's smart
wish.
money. That's what you're supposed to do with your money,
Right?
right?
Put all the money in the kitchen.
Every day I hear my mom's kitchen isn't big enough. That she would love that kitchen. She would love it.
Your mom makes wonderful things in
She
her
does.
kitchen. That is the truth, for
Do you
sure.
know that people over 60, and I'm getting there, have, it's about almost 3/4 of them have hip and knee problems?
Yes, I would believe that.
Yeah, and so if it is one of you, or if you think that you might be experiencing this because of arthritis or whatever, maybe you need a replacement. Well, there's a seminar coming up, and we visited with the doctor who works at a really great hospital, and they're going to tell you all about it.
So hip.
It was really the best that we could do at the time. I didn't really know much different.
Dr. Ryan Molly knew there had to be a better way. He just didn't know what it was. He grew up in Meadville, Pennsylvania, became a surgeon, and back then hip replacement surgery was always done from the back. That changed about 5 years ago.
And since then, in my fellowship, and since I've been in practice for the past 10 years, I've done exclusively direct anterior hip replacements, which in my opinion is a game changer because we're not cutting any muscles, we're not cutting any tendons. It's a very anatomic approach. The hip is tremendously stable. The pain that the patients experience is minimal. They're up and walking. Their functional recoveries are significantly quicker than with the posterior approach.
He's been doing knees and hips this way ever since, to rave reviews from the patients.
Most patients are actually coming in and requesting to have it done this way, and they know that this is kind of how I do things, and they've heard about it, and the word of mouth has really taken off and gotten the word out there.
And as our population gets older, it's becoming more and more popular.
I'd say over 60 years of age, probably 75 to 80% of patients have some degree of hip or knee arthritis, and oftentimes both. They oftentimes also have low back arthritis, and they kind of come in pairs.
Not only has surgery made strides, so have the facilities. Dr. Molly works out of Edgewood Surgical Hospital over in Transfer, PA. It's not a regular hospital, it only does surgeries instead.
It really is state of the art. I think people are scared right now to go into normal acute care hospitals, and I don't blame them for that. If you can go to a facility where you can get home quicker, and over 60% of what we do are same-day surgeries, and that's joint replacements.
Yeah, well, our rooms are sort of like a 5-star hotel. The patients are direct admitted into the room, so you're not going into a waiting area. You're going right to your room. While you're in surgery, your family's sitting in the room waiting for you. They have a desk to work at. They have television. The nursing staff are offering them drinks and snacks.
Edgewood has been an amazing opportunity. The teaming with them and their staff has been incredible to support what we're doing. And to me, there's no place like getting home where you're safer, you're more comfortable, the food's better, the coffee's better. And the experience at Edgewood's just been fantastic for both myself and our patients.
Well, that's the beauty of Edgewood. We're essentially infection-free. We don't treat sick people. We do only surgery, and we think we're really good at it.
So good, in fact, that Dr. Molly is putting on a seminar to promote the facility, the new technique, and answer some questions along the way.
For me, I don't come from a family of medicine people or surgeons. I come from a family of educators. My father was a teacher. My 3 older sisters, they're all teachers. All my aunts, teachers, uncles, teachers. My wife, teacher. So for me, it's about education. If I can take the opportunity to educate patients before surgery, we have found that those patients do significantly better because they understand reasonable expectations. They understand what, it goes into a successful joint replacement, both before, kind of during the immediate hospitalization and after.
A complete game changer, and the physicians that we've teamed with to do that are off the charts in terms of the way they're doing it. Very special, top in the country.
And we've gone from a couple weeks stay after a joint replacement to 5 days to 3 days, which was the normal when I was training in residency. You stayed 3 days automatically, and then it became one night, and then about 5 years ago, I started doing same-day surgery on partial knees, and then it gradually has evolved to total knees and total hips.
And what really makes it great is that Dr. Molly can share this wisdom and make a difference near his hometown.
Absolutely. It's such a pleasure and an honor to be able to take care of people that helped to raise me and kind of create the man that I've become and the surgeon that I've become.
Well, if you'd like to go to the free, look, I'm reading right off the thing, Hip and Knee Seminar, it's at the Grand Resort on Thursday, October 22nd, 6 o'clock. They'll have food there. They have a cash bar there. And he answers your questions, that you might have, because I think a lot of people might be going through that.
Are you going?
I really should. I just felt a twinge in my knee yesterday. Maybe I'll go. I have an MCL issue or something.
It's just jabbing you in the side, not the knee.
What great guys, and I'm so glad. And this Edgewood Surgical Hospital just sounds fantastic.
They have a great facility out there and
them.
wonderful leadership. I do know that for sure.
Yeah.
All right.
What's next?
My goodness.
Oh, I know, Sean.
Yes,
Sean
the Uptown
Posey.
Theater area, the Uptown area of Youngstown. When you talk about things that were awesome in their heyday, this is one of them.
For several decades, the vibrant Uptown District served as the second largest commercial center in the city. The area's dense blocks played host to a wide variety of retail establishments, restaurants, discotheques, and music venues. By the late 1970s, the nightlife in the Uptown drew young people from around the Mahoning Valley and western Pennsylvania to the heart of Market Street.
Along with the nearby Mansion Restaurant, the Colonial House was one of the most highly regarded fine dining establishments in the valley. It provided a haven for some of the most powerful businessmen, politicians, sports figures, and gangsters. Famed mall developer Edward J. DeBartolo could often be found here at his own private table.
The Colonial House opened in the late 1940s in a former residence located in the midst of the Uptown District. The restaurant's early years often focused on publicity surrounding mobster James Vincent De Niro, who owned a stake in the place. But the restaurant also quickly established itself as one of the top fine dining establishments in the area. As the years passed, the Colonial House went through different transitions, and when it finally closed, it was one of the last iconic businesses left from the Uptown's glory years. After Vince De Niro had a falling out with his partners at the Colonial House, he opened Cicero's Restaurant a few doors down. Cicero's lavish interior and upscale offerings quickly made it a rival to the Colonial House and a perfect place for its guests until it burned down in 1969.
Sean Posey, he is our historian extraordinaire.
Yeah. What who thought of calling it the Uptown? Why don't we get Sean on that? There's a downtown, and then some reason, some guy said, let's call this the Uptown.
You can read his new book called Hidden Youngstown that he's working on right now.
Probably in there.
Okay, or the Cliff Notes version right for you.
Yeah, it's perfect.
When we come back, Cleaning, of course, fall cleaning, getting ready for that winter season, flu season, all of the above. Jamie has you completely covered. She explains what.
And we're going to learn about mops after this break.
Bistro 1907 is a classic yet unique American bistro. This space lets us immerse ourselves in history. The dishes are inspired by our past but have a modern twist. Bistro 1907 by Mark Canzanetta is unlike any place else. Find out why. I'm Mark Canzanetta, and I welcome you to Bistro 1907.
The time is now. Steel Valley Lifts knows you deserve the best car lift for our best price. Double your garage space with lifts starting at just $39.95. Steel Valley Lifts. We hold firm on American values. The strongest steel and the strongest workforce make the safest lifts. Call our skilled service team today and find out why our customers have been with us since 1988. Trust is built on strength. Visit steelvalleylifts.com and trust us to lift you in the future.
Welcome back to Valley Spotlight here at the Living Room Tavern in Howland. They still have the sign.
They do.
They have the original sign from the living room.
It's
back in the day.
absolutely beautiful. We're going to maybe do a story on the sign company that brought it back to life.
We should. Yeah.
But how about that lobster fondue on?
Oh yeah, we're just
the
looking
menu
at the
over there?
pregame items. Yeah. Well, you know, that's pretty good.
Wowie.
All right. We're here today and we're really enjoying ourselves, aren't we?
really are.
You know how you thought maybe Bruce Springsteen was the boss or Tony Danza? Oh no. Jamie's the boss of Boss Ladies Cleaning, and we did a segment on fall cleaning. Here you go. Hey there, another episode of Household Hints and Hacks with the boss lady. Jamie is here. We're at Ken's house.
Yeah.
Ken has a few dogs.
Yeah.
He also has a bird.
Yes.
Which you may hear in the background as we go along. Hopefully it won't be too distracting today. We were talking about this. This is the fall. Starts to rain, finally. Things get muddy outside. Things and people and animals track in dirt and mud. And then Kenny has, how many different types of surfaces in this house?
Oh gosh, at least 4.
He's got tile and laminate and all sorts of great things, which is great if you have a pet, but it's kind of hard to clean too because of these grooves and the grout and things like that.
Yeah.
So we're going to give you some tips today on how to handle that, starting with a couple of your items here.
Yeah.
Right? Okay, what do you have there?
This is just a flat mop, which I really like for a lot of reasons. One is that these pads, I can change them out between every house.
Okay.
So you're not dragging dirt from one house to another house, no cross-contamination, things like that. Another thing is because we can wring it out here, and that means depending on the type of flooring you have, like laminate flooring, you can't get it very wet.
Okay.
And things like that. And so the ability to wring it out better or less, it helps with the floor. You know, if you've got a grimy tile, you want it wet, you want to be able to scrub it. If you're going over laminate, you can be real dry. And then we use the pH neutral floor cleaner in there, which is great because it's good on any surface.
All surfaces.
All
right?
surfaces.
Yeah. Does that cool bucket come with the mop?
Yes.
Who makes that? Any idea?
It's on Amazon. It's called Oshang.
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 O-S-H-A-N-G.
There's a lot of different
That's a
versions
fun
on
product.
there too.
Yeah. And then we talked about this steamer. Is this a Shark?
Yes.
Yeah, it is. Okay. I'm kind of familiar with this, but tell me kind of what it does.
I love the steam mop because it's great for tile. You just want to make sure that you use distilled water in it. You do not want to use tap water.
Okay.
Because of the different minerals and things in there will actually clog it up and it'll actually not make your floor look as good.
Okay.
So distilled water, and it's great for tile, getting up grime, getting in between all of this grout, and it does the hard work.
Okay, let's say it doesn't come out of the grooves, and obviously that happens sometimes. What do you do then?
I have a grout brush or any kind of little scrub brush. Get in there, scrub it up. This is a darker grout, but lighter grout, there's also a tile brightener that you can use. And I've gone around and done that at different houses.
All right, if you'd like to get a hold of the Boss Ladies Cleaning, she's got quite the crew. They have clients from Cortland all the way down to Leetonia and everywhere in between. We happen to be in Youngstown today. Thank you, Ken, for letting us use this house. Also, give them the information in case they want to get a hold of you guys.
You could call us at 330-507-3630, or you can find us on Facebook.
Yeah, and don't forget to just leave her a message if she doesn't pick up because she's working her tail off, especially during this time of year. Thanks for being with us.
Thank you.
Jamie with Household Hints and Hacks. Well, there you go. Thanks to Ken and his wife and all their animals.
Including the bird?
Could you hear the bird?
I did.
That was a really cool house, though. Thanks for letting us
So
come.
many different kinds of things going on there.
Yeah, for sure.
All right.
Since we're in Warren, or nearby.
We are in Trumbull County, and there is a group of restaurant owners, not just that are friends, but they have decided to put their efforts together in order to make sure that you at home understand how important you are to their local businesses. So this is the beginning of something great that you'll be able to see through the rest of the year, but we have an inside look right now at the Warren 8.
It's a meeting of the meal minds, so to speak. As the world slowly finds its way to a new normal, restaurant owners in downtown Warren, Ohio, are taking care of each other and their businesses together.
Our downtown is beautiful. We're on a roll. We had a little hiccup. Things are coming back. And we want people to realize to go to local restaurants, not the chains, if possible. We have a beautiful downtown, a lot of restaurateurs that have been around for quite a while. And we just want everybody to come again, that's all.
Ken Hyderis, owner of the Sunrise Inn, and Nick Francos, owner of Buena Vista and Uncle Nick's Chicken, are cousins. But they invited the rest of Warren, the Warren 8, to their table. And of course they ate, and they decided to put their efforts to succeed together.
We've done this with the Valley Classics before. We get everybody together. We're able to distribute our costs for commercial over a lot more restaurants. It keeps it economical. Lets us fight the chains who have big advertising budgets. People are coming out of this coronavirus, I'm hoping, and people are feeling more comfortable going out to eat. And we want them to consider us and come downtown and consider our restaurants, huh, Cuz?
Yes, sir, absolutely.
See, it's my cousin Nikki over here, see?
Hi, guys. How you doing?
I'm the better looking of the cousins, but that's okay. Now get out of the way now.
He's old, I have to respect him.
I am older, huh? By a couple years. So anyway.
They have extended that family bond and their sense of success and humor to the people who are in the same pot.
It's just amazing. I've always said this. The people of our valley, not only Warren, but Youngstown, you're never going to meet or get introduced to the best people in the world. They love each other. We're very close to each other. We're close-knit. You're not going to find any better people than you do in this valley. And for like Jack, I've been in the restaurant before, but never really knew the chef and some of the owners, okay? Very beautiful thing. Of course, Gabe and all that from Weston, Maine, been down there. I've known Gabe for a while, and Nate was our food service person from Northern Hazard. But just great to see everybody. The representative from the Saratoga was here, and Shard over there. I mean, this is a beautiful thing, and it's so hard to get. Like Kenny was saying, so hard to get everybody together.
Don't forget the Moke House.
And then the Moke House, absolutely. And the two Greeks over here, and they were on time. Unbelievable.
On time means 30 minutes late.
Yes, they were a little disappointed. They were 15 minutes late.
We're all in the same boat. I always say that. We're all in the same boat, whether it's Charbonnet's Winery, Uncle Nick's, Buena Vista. We're all in the restaurant business, and we're all trying to survive all these different craziness in the world. So if we work, we're better in numbers than we are apart. We really are. If you're by yourself, you really are by yourself. But with everybody together, it really does work.
To see this group work together echoes the notion that they are, in fact, better together for the sake of their business and their families.
These people's livelihoods, you put your whole life into a restaurant or into a business, everything, almost gets snatched away. So we really want everybody to succeed and be successful, happy. We all have families and all that kind of thing. So we want everything to go well. And there's strength in numbers.
It's a way to make sure these legacies and love for great food and business continues beyond what 2020 has served.
But this is our hometown. How long, Buena Vista's been here since 50 what?
64 years.
64 years. Sunrise, 92 years. It's our hometown. Our parents are, my dad's buried here. My mom still lives here. It's our town. So we want it to be successful. And things really are coming back. Like I said, we had a little pause, but we're coming back. The Sunrise, thank God, all these years. The Robbins Theater will be back. Great entertainment, the AMP and everything. But we want people to come to Warren, and that's our message.
Warren.
And it's always great to see people that are like-minded and want the same outcome to be working together. So we wish them the best of luck. You'll see it on TV soon, okay,
the War in
Michael?
8 made me want to eat.
Yeah, exactly. The War in 8 ate better together.
We will maybe refresh the cheese and meat before we
That sounds like
finish
a good
the show
idea.
off. How about that?
We'll be right back from the living room out here in Trumbull County. And once again, thanks for having us, guys.
Yep, we'll be right back.
View the Best Cafe, home of Uncle Nick's Greek Fried Chicken.
Sunrise Inn, home of award-winning pizza.
Weston, Maine. Come check out our poutine.
Mocha House Cafe and Eatery.
The famous California cheesecake.
Charbonnet's Wine on the River, famous for our great wine and our charcuterie.
Jack's Steakhouse, famous for our cowboy ribeye.
Modern Methods, famous for our craft beer. Cheers to downtown Warren.
Hi, I'm Barbara Corcoran. Are you thinking of selling your home but you're not sure which agent to hire? Go to kellysoldit.com and check out Kelly Warren's guarantee to sell your home or she will buy it. Go to kellysoldit.com and get your home sold.
When you adopt a shelter pet, you discover their unique mix of all kinds of traits.
Where'd Wiley go? Where's Wiley? Ah, there she is. Paw?
Do you remember being an ancient wolf? Do you ever feel the call of the wild?
You're a renegade cop, and I'm a con woman with nothing to prove. But together, we could really solve this murder.
They're a little bit of a lot of things. But all of them are pure love.
Welcome back to the Living Room Tavern. Open every day, evenings every day, and then they do Friday, Saturday, Sunday, they open at noon.
And we hear the wings are fantastic.
Yeah,
you don't
gotta
even
try
need
'em out.
sauce with them, that's how good they are.
All right, another installment of people with famous names that aren't famous. Let me introduce you to James or Jim Brown.
The name game. Shirley,
People call me Jim Brown.
Not that James Brown. And not that Jim Brown either.
You can take your pick.
Well, I call him Jim Brown. We know him as the COO at Handles and proud John Carroll graduate. But it wasn't always this way, especially growing up. When did you realize it was a famous name?
When I started school. When they start taking roll and you're trying to find out who's who and the teacher goes down the list, and every time they got to my name, James Brown, heads would turn, kids would laugh, and it grew from there.
As he got older, things didn't change for Jim or James, especially when he traveled back in the day.
So there's no boarding passes, they were checking you off with ID. And every time I went there with my name being James Brown, there were people waiting at the boarding gate to see if I was really James Brown. And it was a major disappointment for him when I would go to the desk and they said, well, what's your name? And I said, James Brown, and everybody's like, oh.
Now imagine a diehard Steeler fan going to college in Cleveland, where this Jim Brown used to play football. The Browns have a long history, and the Youngstown Jim Brown got to be a part of it, even though he didn't mean to.
And I had the pleasure of being at the last game at Municipal Stadium. This was the game where they basically had told the fans that they were not going to be in Cleveland anymore. And so I was in Art Modell's loge, and what happened was the phone rang, and I was the closest person in the loge to the phone, and I picked up the phone, and Mr. Modell asked, who is this? And I said, Jim Brown. And that's when the fireworks started. So he couldn't understand how somebody was in his loge with the name of Jim Brown. He was not having any of it. He called to see how things were going at the stadium. They were ripping seats out of the stadium, setting fires in the stadium. It was not a good day for Art Modell, and it was not a good day for me when I answered his phone.
Maybe not that day, but overall, James Jude Brown, yes, people make fun of his middle name too, would not want to be called anything else.
I mean, it's a conversation starter wherever I go. I've heard them all, believe me. It's to the point now where I pay money for the ones that I haven't heard. You know, you don't look like James Brown. Are you Charlie Brown's brother? You know, the whole deal. I like my name. It's not unique, but it is what it is.
All right, there you go. If you have a person with a famous name that isn't famous, I'd love to interview them. Just send us an email or put it on Facebook, and we'll go out and knock it out. It's really fun. I think it's a lot of fun. Anyway, James Brown or Jim Brown, if you had to pick.
James Brown.
James,
Brown?
the singer, or the running back?
Running back.
Oh, okay. All right, very good. Very good.
So nice.
Tell me some of the specials that are going on. We have live music here?
Yes, we do. We are starting probably in a week or two.
Okay.
Live music on Fridays and Saturdays.
Nice.
And maybe even sometime maybe jazz for the Sunday brunch too.
Very good.
That we're looking forward to.
Yeah, how about some food specials, Sadat?
Well, what's a food special? Monday we do 75 cents only for wings, bone-in and
chicken wings? All right.
And those are your favorites, right?
Those are my favorites.
Yeah.
He just said it. He loves
Right.
those.
What else? We also run daily special maybe in 1 or 2 weeks later.
Uh-huh.
And you know, if anyone looking for something special and fish-wise, chicken and steak-wise, we're gonna start doing that too.
Very good. All right. And
All right,
what do we have?
Otavio,
Kentucky
we got
bourbons?
some bourbons, right?
We got a lot of. No, first of all, we love bourbon.
Yeah.
Cheers to Sunday.
I'm surprised we've only filled it up twice. It's not bad.
And we like the big ice cube, like the little.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Big
Can't
ice
waste
cube.
it, right?
But we got one of the biggest selection of bourbon, grain wine list.
Yeah. Keep going.
And then we got 24 draft beer. All a lot of local, seasonal, some staple one, like a Stella, Bud Light, whatever. So we got something for everybody. On top of that, we got the retail store.
Got wine right in the front.
We sell wine retail, and I don't remember the name, but we sell the beer by the what do you call the jug?
Oh, I know, the growler.
The growler.
Yeah, the growler. Yeah.
We bought a $2,000 bottle with this.
Yeah.
That's all right.
So we sell. We try to expand our vision. And try to make everybody, people like beer, we got the best beer selection. Wine, we got the best wine. Bourbon, we got the best bourbon.
Nice. And now we're doing brunch?
And we had a fantastic brunch this morning.
Cool.
In fact, we have a great variety of different items on the menu, and we're open at 11:30, and we hope to continue doing the brunch on Saturdays and Sundays.
That sounds good.
Congratulations, you guys.
Yeah, good job.
Thank you for having us here. It's wonderful to see all these faces working together, isn't it, Michael?
Absolutely. Some of our favorites.
It is. It really is. So if you want to catch up with Valley Spotlight, you know how to do it. We're on Roku. We're on YouTube. Of course, right here on the WBCB. Follow us on social media, Facebook and Instagram. If you have any great stories that you want to send our way,
yeah, we'd love to have
them.
them.
We're always looking to sniff them out. So.
But wait, there's more. Here's your retromercial, courtesy of our friends at Ronco. Remember?
Introducing the Ronco ice cream machine. It makes the best ice cream you've ever tasted. Why?
Because it's homemade.
It's lots of fun and everyone can join in. Simply add cream and your favorite fresh fruits and nuts. You can make cherry vanilla, chocolate ripple, any flavor. The Ronco ice cream machine works automatically while it's in your freezer. It makes 1.5 quarts of delicious ice cream. A perfect Christmas gift, and it's only $12.88.
The perfect Christmas gift available at these stores.
If you like this video, subscribe to Valley Spotlight on YouTube and be sure to click on the notifications bell so you know when we've got some new stuff. You also can like us on Facebook, follow us on Instagram and Twitter, and subscribe to us on Vimeo or our Roku channel.
I just moved in with this family, and it's embarrassing. The little one, he likes to go outside and crawl around in the giant litter box. I don't know what he's doing. Oh, poop already. You're making me nervous.